We are getting a mid-pipe, and not just any mid-pipe. I'm talking a 4-inch mid-pipe. Big old fat pipe, 102 millimeters. You guys already know, it is the Milltek. And trust me, I have been doing mid-pipe research before I even got this car. I have spent hours in the library studying mid-pipes, sound, how to make the S58 sound good. And I at least had to have calculated 6 or 7 different mid-pipe options to go with. First, I was stuck if whether or not we should go equal length. But then after seeing some videos of that, I was like, equal length, you know, I feel like it just doesn't match what I'm looking for. Then that's when we found single mid-pipe. And now the single mid-pipes got me fired up. They had a nice deep sound. It wasn't overly raspy. It just made it sound gritty. It sounded more B58 like. But then that introduced me to the world of all the different mid-pipe options. We had 3.5-inch ones. We had resonated. We had non-resonated. We have 4-inch ones now. And what's crazy, I just saw the other day, there's now 4.5-inch. It's like next thing you know, we're gonna have 6-inch mid-pipes. This is crazy, man. I landed on the Milltek one just because I felt like it was the perfect balance of sound without being overly large, and I felt like it was really high quality, okay? You know, it's made in England, it's not some China stuff. The quality seemed really, really up there. And what's crazy is it actually had performance gains. I saw a video where they slapped it on an M2, they did a dyno before and after, and it gave the car 21 wheel horsepower, which is crazy. 21 wheel horsepower from just a mid-pipe. It's like, fellas, if that doesn't get you fired up, I don't know what else does, but that is awesome, awesome numbers. And I feel like the 4-inch Milltek one just has such a good sound. It's not overly raspy. Of course, there's still, you know, rasp on this system. It's gonna be hard to really eliminate that. That's why I was kind of balancing between resonated and non-resonated. I was really looking at the Mad one, the 3.5-inch resonated, but then it seemed like the Milltek one had just as much rasp. So that's why I was like, you know what? Might as well not worry about the resonator. We're just going full bore, 102 millimeter, and hopefully I made the right choice. So right now we are currently waiting for the UPS truck to show up. I have it tracked on my computer right now. I'm waiting with my binoculars for this truck to show up because I have been dying to change this thing's exhaust. And let me show you why. Yo, I didn't know BMW made cars for old folks' homes, but yeah, what am I supposed to say about that? That has got to be one of the quietest stock exhausts I've ever heard on a high-performance car that's pushing over 500 horsepower. It's insane. Obviously, I can flick the valves open a little bit more once it warms up and it gets just a little bit louder. This right here is not going to cut it. Not only are we going to get some more power, but we are going to have a great sounding car. So with that said, what is going on, fellas? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a fun one, man. Stay tuned. We're gonna get some sound clips. We're gonna do some flybys because I never do flybys, but I promise you guys I'm gonna do flybys just because there's not a lot of videos out there, at least with a Milltek one. I see all this Mad stuff, I see all this other stuff, but the Milltek pipe, there's not that much content out there, and I honestly think it's the best pipe. I think it's for the quality, price, performance you get. So we're gonna confirm that today, so you're not gonna wanna miss this. And I'm spitting all over my lens right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just a little bit excited. I am ready to wake this guy up. It has been way too long. We have been absolutely grandpa mode, driving around. It's like, I gotta hear some sound. I gotta hear some S58 action. And today is gonna be that day. There he goes, Mr. UPS, dropping off the goods, baby. Look at that, Milltek. I can smell the 4 inches coming out of here. You guys know what I mean. But anyways, let's see if I can get this guy in this trunk. I measured it. I think we should be good, but we're gonna drop both seats real quick. Oh, just gotta take a moment to admire the beautiful carbon buckets. But anyways, my first time trying to get something in the back of this guy. So let's see if we can do this. Come on, M3. No, dude. We're gonna have to make some modifications here. I'm probably just gonna end up taking it out of the box. That way I can get this guy in here. But man, look at that. Just barely. That's all right though. I honestly would have been so surprised if this guy could fit in the back of this trunk. But man, she's looking good, and it's gonna be even better once we get this guy slapped on. Very nice. Very, very nice. I feel like when I'm unboxing Milltek, I need to talk like this. It's a proper brace there in the middle. Proper brace. It's made in England, aren't you? Ah. Look at that. All 4 inches in her glory. Nice. Yeah, quality honestly seems really, really good. Welds are looking good. All right, this should fit now. But you guys can see, check that out. Is that gonna focus? Made in England. Here is what we're working with right now. Check it out. And I think they updated this. I don't remember the old ones, at least the videos I've seen, with this kind of like laser cutting here. So could be like a revamped one. I'm gonna get some little towels just to make sure this is not gonna cling around. And then we will be headed to the yonder to get this puppy installed, and boy oh boy, I am getting excited. Here's our strip. We are gonna send her. I think I'm gonna set the camera up, maybe like right here. This should be good. Good enough. All right. Alrighty, there you guys have it. A little flyby action. I never do that stuff. So that was fun. Hopefully it sounded good. I know it sounds good stock. I mean, it's just so quiet. Let's get this mid-pipe slapped on and hopefully open her up a little bit more. Here is our mid-pipe. Very, very nice. Now that we have it in some different light, you can see a little branding on this guy, each individual ones. The only thing I am a little worried about is just how thin or flimsy this updated brace is. Do you think that brace under the exhaust affects chassis rigidity at all? It does. Because this is so flimsy compared to the OEM one. I'm kind of surprised they went with that. We might even be able to use the OEM one depending on how high it sits. But damn, look at that. It's my helper here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. It's not the. That's probably my only gripe about this set is the brace there. But right now we're basically going to drop the entire exhaust. That way we can see the dimples. We can line it up correctly. We're probably going to tape around the pipe and give it a little sand action so that way it's all nice and aligned. You, dude. All right, here's a good comparison. I was able to snag the OEM one. Look at that. Pretty thin, pretty skinny. This guy right here, look at that. That'll take you out. Oh man. Just the weight too on this guy. So, I don't know. Definitely is interesting why they decided to go with a skinnier one. Just like the last thing you'd want to cheap out on, I guess. But, guess we'll see. We might be able to reuse this guy. Worst case, we'll just use this guy. Check it out, we're pretty much dropped other than the very back. It's like getting a snake out of the river. All right, let's see. Oh, look at that, boom, boom. Oh, I think this is the dimple. See how there's,
yeah, it's that one.
Okay, yeah, that guy and that guy. So this whole section from here, all the way down to these little dimples, that is basically what is going bye-bye. So Ali commented on the flange size on the Milltek. It says nice, thick, beefy flanges right there compared to the OE. See that? So definitely a good size of, or a good sign of quality. It's nice they have that little hanger thing there too. Yeah, something like that. Yep. I'm assuming because if we cut it here and here, that those guys would kind of fill.
Yeah, these will slip on.
So it looks good, right? Right at that cut is what I mean. That's what they say right here at the dimple.
Yep.
Tape around that guy. Tape around that guy. Cut that John right down the line. No, it should work. Literally every mid-pipe says right at the second dimples. And I watched at least like 12 YouTube videos last night to confirm.
No.
So.
Fingers crossed and cut it straight.
Oh yeah. Well, the tape should help because if we see any crinkles, that's how we'll know. But man, that muffler is beefy, man. It's like a diaper. It's a diaper muffler. Just for one more comparison. Look at that. And we're gonna get a lot of weight savings here as well from this guy. 4 inches, baby. This is when 4 inches matters.
What are the odds of that?
Yeah, wow.
That was a good one.
Easy. Very nice.
That's a pretty good cut.
No, it is. I was going to say, that's a damn good cut for the first cut.
That one was being a bit obnoxious.
Yeah. Nice. I think we cut him pretty good. Yeah, right on the... And we'll just shave off some of the...
Yeah, I'll just grab a grinder.
Perfect. Fellas, there you have it. It's stressful, man. Cutting exhaust, obviously on a car like this. It's obviously not ideal, but it's what we have to do, okay? It's what we have to do for that single mid-pipe.
I'm pretty sure this one's fiberglass filled.
Okay.
And this one's just baffled.
Okay.
To be another muffler.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, it's pretty nuts. So we have downpipe, or we have cats in the downpipe. Obviously, we have 2 more cats here, so the secondary cats. We're gonna say silencer and resonator. Very, very interesting how restricted this system is, obviously compared to just this snake right here. OE valve system is just so nice. You cannot go wrong with this guy right here. And then we just shave these off a little bit just to smooth it. That way it's all nice and dollied up for us to fit this guy on there. So Ali said that the bolt up process was super easy. It kind of just went in like a glove. Quality seems pretty top notch, which is good. We like that from the Brits. All right, now for the fun part. We got the muffler going back in now. We're gonna try to get this puppy in so we can align some of the other pipes, just so we can confirm fitment, make sure everything is cut in the right spot, everything lines up, and then we're gonna see how close we can get to using the OE brace compared to the Milltek one. That'd be clutch, but worst case, like I said, we just use the Milltek one. But we're right there, guys. I can taste the deep sound of the single mid. I can feel the extra ponies. I can experience the weight shape. No. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but we're gonna lose weight, we're gonna get more power, and we're gonna get a better sound. What more is there to love from this mid-pipe? Hopefully everything just bolts right in, nice and smooth. I know we cut it right on the dimple, so I'd be shocked if we have any issues with that, but until it's bolted up, man, I'm still gonna be a little bit stressed out, but we're gonna be okay. All right, well, Ali's just finishing up, getting this guy all nice and buttoned up. He's saying that this is probably the most quality exhaust he's installed on one of these guys over here. He just says the fitment, the welds, just where it bolts in, the thickness they use is really solid. So, I mean, he said it's a sturdy setup. That's his exact words, is the Milltek is a sturdy exhaust setup. Sturdy mid-pipe. Honestly, installation, what do you think? It's pretty, I mean, if we had the lift, you know, this thing would probably be snip, snap.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Yes, yeah. So, obviously we had to do it the backyard style, which still pretty these are for all those folks out there doing it in their driveway, you know, but still pretty manageable. And I love how you don't have to really correct fitment with the mufflers in the rear. They kind of just bolt in, and then you can see we are using the Milltek brace, which I don't think is going to be that big of a deal. I don't think we're going to have to stress about that too much. Yeah, there she blows all the way down. You don't think it's going to hit that brace at all, right? Like from movement?
It's not hitting the brace.
Or I'm saying like when the car's
No. No, when you're flexing on it and everything.
yeah, you think it should be fine? Like
Yeah, you got a 1/4 inch, but it's,
okay.
I can't even pull it.
Yeah. Cool.
Dude, it's so like
Yeah.
that's solid.
Yeah.
For an aftermarket exhaust, they don't usually come.
Yeah. That's what I heard. And then up top too, that you think it's not gonna have issues with hitting the ground or rubbing? Like it's pretty
No, it's up there. It's high and tight and out of sight.
nice.
I mean, if you hit the exhaust, you're hitting your tranny pants.
Yeah, pretty much.
You got bigger issues.
Yeah, especially on a platform like this, it's always good to have high quality parts. I mean, this Midpipe is a little bit more expensive than some of the other competitors, so I think it's definitely worth the premium, especially sound wise as well. The 4 inches is gonna get you the deepest, I almost said deepest and raspiest sound, just the deepest sound tone overall and best flow. So I think it's the one to go with, at least from what I've seen. The Milltek one just seems, it's solid. It just seems sturdy. That's the best word to describe it. This is a sturdy, now I gotta say it in the British accent. This is a sturdy one, mate. This guy's sturdy. Sturdy bloke. The European one actually has OPF sensors in the secondary cats. So you have to do like a specific OPF delete to not get cells, but obviously the US, we don't have that, so we're good. So she's ready to get fired up, right?
Yeah, she's ready.
Oh man. Fellas, here we go. First ever startup, single mid. Let us hear the 4 inches in action. Don't start with valves closed. Sound anything crazy? See, that's what's nice. It doesn't even, it's not even like over the top.
Yeah.
But then watch this. This is where it really opens up. And it probably will smell at first because some of that, it's gonna burn off the stuff. Yeah. So fellas, this is valves open, just idling, and you can tell it sounds way angrier. It's kind of got like a whoa, 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 whoa. It sounds way more aggressive now, just an idle. I'm gonna give it a little gas. Let's just see. Alrighty guys, here we go. Let's actually go valves closed. We're gonna put the windows down a little bit too. First drive with the new exhaust setup. Comfort just still feels like stock, or at least sounds like stock. This is in comfort. Guys, it sounds like stock. There's no difference. I can't even really, like audibly, I can't even really tell a difference. If anything, it'd just be placebo effect. I'll give it some gas going up this hill though. That'll be a good way for us to get a good test here. Oh my God, it sounds like stock. You wouldn't even be able to know. Yeah, it sounds like stock. I have no, there's nothing about this where I think that there's like an aftermarket system on the car, which is exactly what I was looking for. But remember, I don't have the valve controller, guys. So let's see. Oh, this is exactly what I wanted. This is perfect. Oh man, I'm excited. I'm really excited to switch it into sport and see, what it sounds like. But this is just cruising, man. No drone, no weird wonky noises, vibrations, at least so far. All right, we got some tunnel action up here. Seeing this? Switch this puppy into, let's see. Let's hear some downshifts. Yeah, it's still very tame. Very, very tame still. I'll let this car kind of go ahead a little bit. Okay. Not too shabby. Oh man, I wish we didn't have this car in front of us. It's all good though. It's still super tame though, surprisingly. Let's see when we get up on the highway here though. This will be a good test. Let's see, we'll open it up right here. Oh my gosh, it's so tame. I'm surprised. It must be the valve controller. It's so tame, it's insane. All right, here we go. Let me put up the windows. Put up the windows. This is to the floor right now. Basically full everything. Ready? Yes, still so tame, which is perfect. It's kind of why I wanted to do, let me get it out of sport. It's kind of why I wanted to do the mid-pipe first and then do the valve controller, so then we can kind of appreciate both at the same time, or we can kind of appreciate both at different times. You know, if I was just to do the valve controller, it's like, oh, this is what it sounds like. But doing the mid-pipe, we can kind of get an idea of what just the mid-pipe sounds like with obviously the OE setup, and then how much a valve controller really would change that sound. So we're doing this the right way, guys. And obviously doing this mid-pipe in general, this is like the one mod I really wanted to do. I was holding myself back so much, or I was trying to hold myself back so much, just because obviously this involves cutting, it involves other stuff. It's a little bit more, I guess, a high value mod. You know, it's a little bit more intensive than some of the other stuff we've done. I think this is the mod that is going to give us the most joy. I think it's really gonna unlock this car. We're gonna probably get some weight savings too. I don't know if my car felt faster there, but obviously, you know, we've only been in the car like 5 minutes since the install. We're gonna get some more data here, but we'll see. Make sure you guys stay tuned. We're gonna get some flybys with this system from the outside, then we can really kind of see a comparison, because that's what I'm most curious about, is the outside sound, especially without the valve controller. But so far, comfort, man. I mean, you guys are hearing it. We're just cruising right now. I have no issues, no issues. Let me actually give it some gas and comfort. Okay. So I do notice comfort's definitely got some more sauce. We got some more sauce in comfort mode. Definitely some more sound, a little bit more pickup, but it's not anything crazy. It's not over the top. It's just a little bit, I'd say maybe like 25% more sound, maybe 30%, at least in comfort. But it sounds good. Like it sounds really, really good. Actually making a quick pit stop over at Best Buy. One thing I have to say is the burbles definitely more pronounced. It's just like a little light, just it's nothing over the top. It almost sounds like the Porsche PSE exhaust, or the Porsche Sport exhaust that you can get on like Macan S, some of the 911, stuff like that. It just adds like a little bit more tone, as well as you get a little bit more burbles. So that's pretty much what I'm experiencing right now. But like I said, it's not anything over the top at all. If anything, it's just very subtle, and that's only in Sport Plus. Another thing that I noticed is response. I definitely have more response on the pedal, at least pedal feel, since going with this mid-pipe. And obviously it would make sense. There's less restriction, which is definitely gonna help influence the response. So I'm loving that. But so far, man, this exhaust is just, I'm loving this. I'm so happy I went with the Milltek. It's just such a blend of classiness, but tone, performance, response. It's the perfect balance. That's the best way to describe it. Is it's just a balanced exhaust setup, at least this single mid-pipe. Very nice. Look at that, guys. In the sun, or in the clouds, the overcast, it is popping. But all right, let's get a little cold start going. I guess not cold start, but we'll do it with the valves open this time, so you guys can actually hear this. Let's see. This will be a good test. Okay, well that was definitely not very cold, but you guys at least get a little bit of the gist. I mean, it's just it's so classy, guys. This 4-inch Milltek is just, it's a classy setup. So that's why I'm such a fan of it, because even now, valves open, it is still so tame. Alrighty, let's get this guy over to the car wash, get her all nice and soaped up, and then it is flyby time. The best time. This is a pretty bumpy road right here, and I am having no issues with, you know, banging, clanging. I feel like I can't say it enough. Yeah, man, this exhaust is smooth. This is a smooth, smooth ride. It is now time for the fun part. Time for the flybys. Look at how nice she looks. This is fresh after the bath. Isle of Man green is looking stellar. It's the only word to describe it. Stellar, let me tell you. And I love how the valves or the exhaust tips all look symmetrical. No issues with fitment. It just bolts right back up. Super, super nice. And this is just valves closed, comfort. You can barely even tell. I'll set up the camera right here and let's hear this thing howling. I have no idea if we got ignition cut shifting at all. What's weird is I thought launch control traction should be off, but maybe it needs to be on MDM and never activated. So I don't know what that all is about, but hopefully it sounded really, really good. It sounded good from the inside, so hopefully from the outside, we're kind of getting the same vibe here. I am very, very satisfied, and I really, really am glad I went with this exhaust. Yeah, guys, the Milltek, this is the one to get, the 4-inch. I did so much research. I went straight exhaust nerd, straight mid-pipe nerd on this thing, and I think we made the right decision, because to me it sounds like it's like the perfect amount of tone, deepness, but no rasp. Like, it doesn't sound raspy, at least, you know, until I review the clips, who knows, but at least on the inside, it sounds clean, it sounds classy. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you guys think about the setup. I think it's perfect. Obviously the valve controller is still yet to come. As far as this setup, I think we are going to be very, very happy for a very long time. And we're gonna enjoy this. We're gonna do this the right way. We are going to be allowing this S58 to finally sing. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Much more fun things to come, like I keep saying. The Midpipe, this is the first mod that really opened it up, and it is gonna be the first of many, but at least the first of many for now, because we're gonna savor this, we're gonna enjoy this. Much love once again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.